Today we're going to talk about how to declutter when you feel like a failure. First, I'm going to talk about some things to think about if you're feeling like that and hopefully some ways to get out of that mindset. Next, I'm going to give you some action steps that you can take to help your thinking. And then I'm going to go over a number of simple strategies for getting started with decluttering. So you're going to want to stay on for those. Hopefully they're simple and easy enough that even if you're feeling like a failure, you can still begin to execute on those. I wanted to tell a story. There was a client that I was working with. This was a couple years ago, but the messaging that came out is that it was a couple, a heterosexual couple, and the woman was kind of saying that she had grown up in an environment and it seemed like she had really low self-esteem, and she just didn't feel she deserved to live in a nice place. And so then her actions, and it was both of them together, but the actions were not to take care of the space or do simple things like throw away trash. And so then it was this, in psychology, we call it self-fulfilling prophecy. But basically, you believe something, and then you consciously or unconsciously, right? Sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. Sometimes we realize we're doing it. That's called good insight, right? I realize that I'm doing it. I'm still doing it, but I realize. And then people take these actions that fulfill the prophecy, the belief that they have. So I don't believe I deserve to live in a nice place. I have poor self-esteem. I feel like a failure. I'm not good enough. Then my actions are to throw trash on the ground and not clean up at all. And then at the end, it's like reinforcing almost, like, look around, look at this mess. I am a failure. So that's why really feeling like a failure is a mindset. And I want to reframe that. I want to reframe that for you. You're not a failure. Hear that. If you are on this video, you are not a failure. You're already, just by being here, just by Googling this and clicking on this video and watching it, you are taking action steps towards improvement. Okay? So there's lots of action steps to take, right? It doesn't mean your house is clean yet or decluttered, but you're taking action steps. So I want you to reframe that. Not I'm a failure, but like I'm starting to work on things. I'm beginning to get things in order. It's a process. So that's kind of the story I wanted to start with. If you have not heard of the book, I was looking, I don't think I have the book. I think I got it from the library, but How to Keep House While Drowning. It is an excellent book. It's written by a licensed counselor. She spends a lot of time talking about, we want to think in our society that having a clean or dirty house is good or bad. I literally was at a client's house earlier this week, and she said, she feels like a bad person because her house is a mess. She's not a bad person. And I told her that. I said, you're not a bad person. She's like, why do I feel like one? And that's the tricky part, right? Our brains, our society, we get these beliefs, and they really strongly influence both how we feel, the actions we take, how we think about things. In reality, you can be an amazing person. You could be, Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi. You're out there, I'm not saying you have to be that level, but you could be helping orphan children, and a peace activist, feeding the hungry, and you could have a messy house because you're doing that. You're a good person. You have a busy, full life. You have other things that are getting in the way of cleaning up your house. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you have other stuff going on. And there's lots of different reasons that people have messy houses. Many, many, many. Too many to name. But that's a great book, and that, is much longer than this short video and really goes at length talking about mindset, and it really is morally neutral. You're not a good person if you have a clean house and a bad person if you have a dirty house. No, it's not like that. Another message that I want to communicate to you is that you deserve to live in a nice place. I don't know you, right? We don't know each other. I could know you, but you're a human and you deserve nice things. I know that. I know enough about you to know that. You deserve to live in a nice place, even if you've done some terrible things. We all have done some terrible things, right? We all mess up. We all make mistakes. We all have bad days. We all have been through some things. Every person. You still deserve to live in a nice place. And I believe that you deserve to be safe. You deserve to live in a nice place. So, everyone's definition of nice is different, but you have the power and the control to make your space decluttered. Even if you're a kid, kids have very little control and power usually. Even if you're a kid or a young adult living with other people, usually you have a small area at least that you can control, that you can make tidy. Maybe a bedroom, hopefully, maybe part of a bedroom. You have control over that. Sometimes people are so good, I've seen this happen, where they really want to recycle things or they're worried about the landfill. And so they don't want to just throw things away, even though they know, I'm done with this. I'm done with this, but someone could use it somewhere. An art teacher could use it. Someone could fix it. Someone wants this. I'm going to clean it out. I'm going to collect it. It's a real collector type of thinking. Great, but if suddenly you're living in a recycling bin, it's gone too far, okay? So it's gone too far. So if you're looking around and you're like, this place is so decluttered or so messy, so cluttered, I feel like a failure. Maybe things have gone too far. You don't deserve to live in a recycling bin. And the reality is, it's not going to change even if you have 100 bags of trash at your house, that is it's a drop in the bucket compared to what's happening on our planet. You don't deserve that. Allow yourself to let that go, to let those items go to a good enough place. The recycling facility, maybe it is trash. Maybe you reach out to a couple art teachers and they say no thanks, or you post it on a community page and no one wants it. Then let it go. I do have a background and have been a therapist, and I wanted to just mention that never in therapy did they teach us there's no technique where you're mean to people. So if never would I be like, you're such a failure, you're not doing good at this. That does not help people change. There's just no room for that. So the thing that helps people is being caring, compassionate, non-judgmental, friendly, welcoming, supportive. Those are the things that help people change. So if you're hoping to change, what are you saying to yourself? What are the messages you're giving yourself? Are they, I'm no good, I can't do this, I'm such a failure? Or is it like, I'm having a really hard time right now. I need to look for supports. This is such a hard day, but I can get through it. Some messages that are still true, but are a little more hopeful and more supportive. I'm having a hard time right now, but it wasn't always like this, and it can get better. These are things that you can tell yourself and will improve things. Another technique, this is from therapy as well, is sometimes saying, what would your best friend say? And maybe you don't have a best friend, but you can imagine one, or maybe you used to have one at some point. What would your best friend say? What would think of that supportive person in your life. Hopefully you've had someone at one point or another, maybe even a therapist. What would they say? Channel that person. That's probably what we should be telling. Our best friends, for the most part, are saying supportive, kind things. That's what we should be channeling, and those are the same messages we should be telling ourselves. When you're ready to begin to declutter, now maybe there's a couple more. Actually, let me back up. Two more two more sort of mindset shifts. One is called The Four Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin. It's a whole book. She's from positive psychology, but there's an online quiz that's very easy, and she's done lots of research. Basically, people fall into 4 personality types, and you can take the quiz online for free and find out which personality type you are, and that will help you determine what do you need. So different personalities need different things to take action and make changes. So I'm a questioner, which is one of the types, and so I need information. When I have information about something, once I have enough information to believe that it's the best choice, I find it very easy to take action. Other people are, I'm not going to remember all that. One is a rebel. There's a couple others. So one of them needs like an accountability partner. The rebels have a hard time with any like rules or they have a hard time making change even if they want to. So you kind of have to see, and then there's like rule followers. So they kind of go with the flow, conform. But that can help you figure out what you need in order to make the change. Do you need someone to call you every day or once a week and be like, hey, how's it going? Is that accountability partner what's going to keep you going? Another strategy that a lot of people seem to like is finding your why. So what's the thing, like why do you want to declutter your home? Like what's the end game? Is it so my life is easier day to day? Is it so I can stop shopping and pay off debt? Is it I want to focus on travel? Is it I want to downsize my home because I'm living in too big of a house? What's the why? Is it I want to reclaim space so I can have a yoga room? That can be very motivating for people. Again, for some people, maybe not everyone, of just like, what's that overarching reason that you're on this journey that you can keep coming back to when it gets difficult or when you're not sure how to move forward? Because you can always ask, does this fit with my goal? Does this help me reach my goal? Paying for help. I want to normalize paying for help. I'm a professional organizer. I do it full time, and I have a team of people that help me here in Northeast Ohio right now. But, we get help in so many areas. There are dog walkers. There are pet sitters. There are babysitters. There's Instacart, right? You can have people shop for you. You can have people DoorDash and bring you food. Restaurants cook for you. If this is an area of your life that you're feeling overwhelmed and you can afford to pay for help, get help. Get help. You don't have to suffer. There's no reason for it, right? House cleaners, so many people pay for house cleaning. Why? Because they're busy. Because they have full lives. They have kids and they have jobs and they, or they have other reasons, or they're severely depressed and they just can't get out of bed and can't do it on their own. In that case, you need help for your depression. And also, if you can afford to pay someone to help you, do it. All right. And then I want to give some quick tips on getting started. One idea is, this is from another organizer. She says, donations. That's from, her brand is like A Slob Comes Clean. You can look her up. But basically, if you have stuff you don't want that you can get rid of easily, start there. You want to go for easy wins that you can do quickly. Grab a trash bag. A big one, walk around your house and just look for trash. That's an easy win. If you're feeling like a failure, you want to get some easy wins that you can then be like you might look around and be like, oh, this is awful. Or you might be like, hey, I got rid of a bag of trash yesterday. I did pretty good. I got rid of 5 things yesterday. I'm on my way. It just take some baby steps and then make sure the messages you're telling yourself are reinforcing those baby steps so that you can do more baby steps tomorrow and more the next day. Try setting a timer. So just do a couple minutes and stop when the timer goes off. Plan a reward for yourself. Hey, I'm going to do 5 minutes and then I'm going to watch my favorite TV show. Similarly, downtime, like if you have ads or, I'm waiting for 5 minutes for the toaster to go off. What can you do in your downtime while you're waiting for something? 10 minutes before your friend arrives. okay, let me just try to pick up a couple things until they get here. Try to make it super easy. So this is just like moving towards the space that needs work. Like, just be in that room. There might be an area you're avoiding. Go there. Phoning a friend, have them come over to help you, talk on the phone while you do it, listen to a podcast, watch a YouTube video, have it playing in the background, or have someone cleaning their house in the YouTube video while you clean up too. These are all strategies that will help you. Making it so easy, like maybe you have a box, it's like always there, super simple. You just want to bring down the amount of work it takes to get started to do a little bit. And then make sure those messages are reinforcing. You are not a failure. You're here. You're learning. Even if you're not ready to take action, this is part of getting ready. Part of getting ready might be gathering the information. So I wish for you the very best, and I hope that you can reframe your mindset a little bit. I'd love to hear how it's going. Have a great day.